So I was making a point, like, put like about between the fan and the wiring, like at least $1,000 at least, less than a year ago, just to make sure the radiator stays cooled off. I'm in Mississippi, so I'm about to drive home an hour, and I don't know if you can't see the heat with the heater running pretty much full blast to dissipate the heat. If you didn't know that, I've actually found that out. If your radiator fan stops working in the summertime, cut on your heat, and I think it takes at least some fan blowing, and that will, the fan has to be blowing at least some, and it'll pull the heat, it'll dissipate the heat quite dramatically. Else I couldn't be functioning. It's either that or let my twin soul and her son not have food. You get what I'm saying? It's either that or at the moment, let them chance whether they have food or not. Why y'all sit in the goddamn AC and pontificate about absolutely goddamn nothing that we've covered decades ago? The goddamn simulation thing is goddamn covered. Even the glitch in the matrix dude makes it clear, this is my feeble mind at this point in time. God, this is just a way of considering it. Do you understand what I'm saying? The simulation thing is one of the first things you see through as a native. As a native, that's one of the first fucking things you dispense, because it's obvious. So they can keep stealing your children and sisters is why you got to consider this a simulation and we're all one. And though we might be all one in another sense, that's the obsession with it. That's why the focus is on simulation and all oneness. Duh! It's duh. We get, it's okay to be, it ain't about, okay, Johnny come late. I ain't saying about that. Just this globe, this simulation, this all oneness, there's certain things that are so decades old, and it's like trying to restart on TikTok since TikTok is brand new. What's all that? Why is my For You shit flooded with globe nonsense? How many decades ago did we annihilate that? But, whatever. Same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So I bet the natives understand that. I bet the natives understand. Do you understand why they would want us to consider this a simulation? And I'll get back to the other subject matter. It's like the dude with the three conscious entities. They say, y'all fuck me up, but they're talking to trees. And then when a black woman is talking to trees, and one tree accepts her, and the tree right behind it shows completely lack of oneness. Like the tree behind the other tree says, fuck no, I don't care what this tree thinks. I'm not going to comfort you. I want my homies. And she's hearing her own dialect, and she's been called a colonizer, and she's black. Now she's got kind of creamy, but you know what I'm saying? She's not jet black, but, and her response is not any consideration of what can we do about this? I'll just go to the park where the trees are new. Meaning the interpretation incriminated her on two account. Not only did she interpret into her own dialect per se, or it was transmitted to her own dialect, she incriminated the living hell out of herself by not giving a fuck. Calling her, saying the tree called her a colonizer, and then not giving a fuck that the tree called her colonizer. Meaning, why is this, and what can we do to reverse this? So when this new neighbor claims he has three conscious entities, in some kind of physical form, I can't dismiss it because he's obsessed with it. It's the way he was doing it was it was getting consent. He talked about it. I'm trying to give guitar lessons, and he would not, every time I would not shut up about it, he's getting consent. And the reason I'm making this video, because he claims they have 50 yards reach and all. He kept talking about how he's I should come over there. I should come over there, over to my camper that's many feet away. Why are you keep indicating you're over there? Your voyeurism somehow, to some degree, without, obviously without any consent. And then and claiming if it's not you, it's your entities that are telling you what's going on over there. And then the last thing he said was they have a 50-yard, they're grounded. Once they're there in his house, they're grounded in 50 yards in all directions. Yet he has not told the community or asked permission for that in any way, shape, or form. That's why I mentioned, is that native bone and blood that you have, that you call a wand? That is a serious problem, if the case.